Thank you. It's Wopop KEXP 90.3 FM live on the web at kexp.org, and it is my great pleasure to have in the studio, in our new home, Thievery Corporation. Thievery Corporation live in the studios on Wopop on KEXP, celebrating their 20th anniversary. That's a long time for a band, and especially a band as diverse as what's going on here. Rob, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. Always great to be back here in Seattle.
We just checked that the last time we had you here was 2005 in our old studio.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And the band is still together. So I have to ask this one question. What's the secret? How does a band with such diverse personalities keep it going?
We all have our own tour bus.
Really?
Yeah, each one of us.
That's the secret.
That's the secret.
Proper sponsorship from Otto.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So you have a sold-out show tonight at the Showbox Market, which is a beautiful room.
Yeah.
And when you do a 20th anniversary show, like what's the, how do you put that together? Like, that's a lot of records. What goes in? What goes out?
It's a lot of records. I mean, I think, our dedication has always been to the music and our record collection and our influences, and they come from such diverse places, and it reflects with all the people we have here in the studio with us and on the stage, and we just try to keep it fun and enjoy what we do.
Well, you've been a success.
Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's hear some more music.
Sure.
que tout est encadré, que nos pensées sont tracées dans l'air auparavant. Et tu crois que la dernière prise, elle a mis une fin à ta douleur. Ouvre les yeux, le monde change. Oh, le monde change. Oh, le monde change. Et tu crois que la dernière prise, elle a mis une fin à ta douleur. Ta douleur. Demain est une autre sortie. Ça fait mal à dire mais j'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. Et tu crois que la dernière prise, elle a mis une fin à ta douleur. Ta douleur. Demain est une autre sortie. Ça fait mal à dire mais j'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. Soulage ton cœur, soulage ton âme, allez va, tu vas voir. Oh, le monde change. Soulage ton cœur, soulage ton âme, allez va, tu vas voir. Demain est une autre sortie, et ça fait mal à dire, tu vas voir. Oh, le monde change. Oh, le monde change.
Thievery Corporation, live in the studios on Whoop Up on KEXP. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
As you know. So with 20 years, I got to thinking about this. Like, we go back a bit, the station and personally. You guys have been playing really, really cool music since '96, even before that. And back then, it was hard to find cool music.
Yeah, I mean, the internet didn't exist the way that it did.
No,
So
you had to dig. You had to dig. Now there's a lot of cool music, and you guys rode the wave where you were one of the first ones to start incorporating bossa nova, Afrobeat, traditional Indian with this particular kind of flavor. It was called trip hop.
Yep.
And the music just kept evolving. But you guys, because you got your own label, you never like lurched to any particular genre. It was like, okay, let's just stay on this. You never sold a label. You never, quote unquote, sold out. But the pressure must have been intense. You know, just come on, here's all this money. How did you keep from losing your soul?
Well, it's funny because back in the day, we had a lot of lucrative record contracts offered to us. And, we always decided to keep it independent, and I think that's why we're still here today, because a lot of people we know that got signed to major labels, I mean, if you sell like 200,000 copies for a major label, that's nothing. But if you're two guys doing it in the liquor room of a studio, you can make a decent living.
I know.
So, and we've always really wanted to do it ourselves because we're from Washington, D.C., and we're inspired by the Discord guys and, Fugazi, all those bands. And seeing other bands that could do it themselves made us want to, just keep it in the family.
What is it about D.C.? Because it's, it's the capital, but people don't really know much about it. And you guys were at the forefront, because I was just in D.C., and you guys are still, with clubs and restaurants and everything, you're still very much vital to that scene. But the scene in itself is kind of weird.
DC's always been sort of a weird music scene because, it's very overshadowed by politics, policy, World Bank, all these kind of things. And so the music scene and the underground's kind of tight. So I think it kind of really fostered the sort of rebellion and people realizing there are no major record labels and things like that in DC, so they really had to do it themselves.
So there's always a political subtext to your work. And is it because of DC? Is it because you're like in the crucible of power, or where did that come from?
I think that has some effect for sure on what we do, but also, we grew up listening to bands like The Clash and Public Enemy and Fugazi and people that were socially conscious, and a lot of reggae and dub, which is also very politically aware. And so that's always filtered through our music, and we've always just wanted to say what we've wanted.
Okay, awesome. Let's hear some more music. Thievery Corporation, live in the studios, KEXP, where the music matters. Thievery Corporation with the beautiful vocals of Natalia Clavier. That was lovely. Rob, can we introduce the band?
Yeah, over here on my left on percussion, Frank Oral, and on drums, Jeff Franca. On the bass, Ashish Vyas. On guitar and sitar, Robbie Myers. On trumpet, Mike Cardone. On saxophone, Jesse McGinty. On vocals right now, Natalia Clavier. And we just had Lulu before that.
Mm-hmm.
And coming up next, we have Puma Pata and Sleepy Wonder.
That's a lot of people that have come through and become part of the Thievery family. How does that work? How do people come in? How do they, is there some kind of process they have to go through, like the 12 chambers of death, the old Jackie Chan style, or like?
They're all hitchhikers. We find them on the road. We pick one up after the other.
That would be a beautiful story.
Yeah, we found them on the highways. Now,
And byways as well.
Some of these guys are from Washington, and just over the years, we met people like Frank, who was in another band called Poi Dog Pondering.
It's a very, very important band.
Yeah, and a lot of these people here, like Robbie Myers and Jeff, all have their different projects,
Mm-hmm.
and we just find different vocalists, and sometimes in bars and cafes and things like that. And
Wherever it works.
Wherever it works.
So what keeps the inspiration flowing? Because it's been, it's 20 years, which is amazing, but we've gone through, the rise of Burning Man. Gluten is verboten right now, and
Yep.
there's veganism is on the rise, and our enemies have changed to other people. And you guys have this whole Bruce Lee meets James Bond in the past, yet in the future kind of energy. So I'm just wondering, what motivates you guys all the time?
Well, that's an important part, because I think there is something about, having a foot in the past, but also a foot in the future. And, that kind of tangent where the two of them meet. And for us, it's just been about doing the music, and we just feel like we're in the bonus round. We've had a career for longer than we ever expected, and we just try to enjoy it.
It's future trip for a second and then hear one of the song. But if I were to go to you, and I first met you in 98, and I were to tell you yo, man, we're going to be doing this in a big studio in 2016.
I would never believe you.
You would have been tripping. Well, here you are.
Here we are, yeah.
This is awesome. Thievery Corporation, live in the studios at KEXP.
Jezebel, a lot of dreams you said go down in a hell. Your bed of roses are filled with thorns. Your righteous robe are tattered and torn. If she had only stood for love, that would have been enough. She wouldn't have to hide in her shame. She had only stood for love, that wouldn't have been enough. But now we are burning our flames. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Amerimacka. It's like licking on the half of a night. Amerimacka. Whoa, now. Oh, what a beautiful life. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. of the female town slavery. Our consciousness in captivity. The promised land is in the lion's den. Our culture of greed has got to end. Now we're laying in the mud, looking up above. The water just a drop from the sky, and they keep us in the mud, separating us from love. Now gonna let them conquer the eye. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Amerimacka. It's like looking on the half of a night. Amerimacka. Whoa, now. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Sleep and I wonder sing. Yes, Amerimacka. Say yes, Amerimacka, Macka. Yes, Amerimacka. Me see them on the topper. Yes, Amerimacka. Me see them on the topper. And through them they on top. Me watch the whole of them a drop. Yes, Amerimacka. Me see them on the topper. Gonna know that sleep and I want them on the mic and them a track. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Amerimacka. Me see them on the topper. And through them they on top. Me watch the whole of them a drop. Oh, Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Amerimacka. It's like looking on the half of a night. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Whoa, now. Standing on the boy. Standing on the boy. Sticking, standing on the boy. Standing on the boy. Talking about Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Amerimacka. It's like looking on the half of a night. Amerimacka. Whoa, now. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. Amerimacka. Oh, what a beautiful life. It's a life.
Thievery Corporation live in the studios of KEXP. So, albums, Radio Retaliation, The Mirror Conspiracy, The Richest Man in Babylon, Culture of Fear. What's the message going on?
What is the message? Good question. We do have a new album that we just finished recording down in Port Antonio, Jamaica.
Which is amazing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we recorded down at G-Jam Studios and just took rhythm section down and got into the Jamaican vibe and feel. The new record's called Temple of I and it comes out in February 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's inspired by our reggae and dub influences.
Okay, the last one was Sodaja, was deeply influenced by it's Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
So you're still seeking, you're still looking, you're still driven.
Yeah, and I think, our path is through our record collections and our inspiration, and we just kind of go back into the past and, try to just introduce people to the music we love and keep forging ahead, with electronic music as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're quite a renowned DJ, and you play different types of genres, but I find that the EDM kids are discovering thievery now, like they're kind of calming down and going like, give me something with a little more soul to it. Do you find that too?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people's introduction to music is very obvious and very mainstream, but people, as they listen to music more, they kind of get more into subtlety. And that's where a band like Thievery Corporation comes in, because there's a large catalog of different styles of music that's influenced by electronic music. And people can go back and discover all this, these sort of hidden gems and things.
This is true. So one final question on that. The name, I know we've covered this before, but for the audience, why Thievery Corporation? What are you stealing? What have you stolen?
I don't know. I think it's mainly, coming from our record collections. And, back in the day, we used to sample a lot. So it kind of lent, a sort of hint of stealing, off of records and things like that.
Back when you could.
Back when you could, yeah.
Not anymore. Thievery Corporation, live in the studios of KEXP. We'd love to hear some more, please.
Sure.
Yep. Check. Let's do it. Yo, moving stick, so I'ma rhyme like a lunatic. We make a hit with an unassuming wit. The corporation conjured up the bass and the tempo. My name is Lift, that's the intro, now let's go. Flow of life, throwing strife into the mix, to the pick. Our condition in the word is sick. The powers that be, power in me to speak upon stress and strife that I see every day. Born to speak bomb, culture of fear. Up in your ear, they telling us terrorists about to strike. Maybe tonight, right? Let me just back up slowly with critical analysis of those who control me. Used to be we just had a screen in the crib on the TV. Now we carry screens when we leave tea. Laptop, smartphone, now we're never alone. New affliction, I call media dope. On the low, famine is the programming. Wanna watch your favorite show because it's so slamming. Hold hands and let's gaze into the beautiful glare. While we're here, so we're immersed in this culture of fear. You know what? Man, terror alert on Orange. Yo, Garza, it's been on Orange since like 2001, G. Could a brother like myself maybe get yellow just for like a couple weeks or something, you know what I'm saying? We taking this from Seattle to the world, y'all. Brace yourself. Yup. Fear the IRS, fear the INS, fear God. More afraid of a credit card than a terror squad. Really, y'all, we're stepping with weapons overseas. MasterCard and Visa won't allow me to breathe. They deceive, the enemy is in the fine print. They assassinate silent with no single assailant. Walls I'm scaling, they get a view of the blue sky. Beautiful, till a couple choppers flew by. Do I represent an element, a hint, a sentiment that you feel on the low for real? Deal starts with a smile, concludes with a handshake. Physical to alter your subliminal landscape. Leave thinking I can really trust that guy. To be honest, kid, you should've really punched that guy. Now it's Operation Shanker Banker. Thank you for the load. See you when you come to repossess my home alone at night, sweating. Visions of Armageddon. I never seen the threat, yeah, I feel threatened. Thoughts on our society designed to spare freedom. Don't succumb to this culture of fear. Yeah, from Seattle to the world, y'all. We're bringing this to the world, y'all. Don't succumb to this culture of fear.
Thievery Corporation, live in the studios of KEXP 90.3 FM, on the web at kexp.org. It was awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. We're done, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Perfect. Okay, I want to make sure because I saw more. Come back again.
Definitely.
Come back with the new record and much success, sold out shows everywhere. You guys are killing it. Final question: how do you guys stay healthy? What's the magic? This is an early morning gig, which is strange. I understand, but what's the secret for you guys?
Lots of sleep, no drinking, no drugs.
Okay,
healthy living,
Aging, man. God, wisdom. What can you do with that?
I know, yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Our pleasure.
KEXP 90.3. I want to thank Scott, Jim, Justin, Kevin Suggs, and Jim Bennett for doing our photography and hospitality, Nancy Wilson, Lena Levin. This is Wopop KEXP 90.3. I'm Derek Mazzoni, your DJ and host. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Woo! Awesome.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.